It takes the same amount of effort to not take action as it does to take action. What does that mean? How can that be? How do I take more action? Well, we are so glad you asked. We're going to share everything with you, so stay tuned. But before that, hit the intro.
NFLC, NFLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me. NFLC.
Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout where your freedom lifestyle begins. Oh, yeah, we are back today, live again. Look at us going with our live videos. How lucky are you guys? I'm super excited to be back here with these two amazing, powerful women and this amazing, powerful subject. So, before we get into it, make sure you're following us all on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook, wherever you are watching this right now. Subscribe on YouTube so you never miss a video, because this is where your freedom lifestyle begins. And we believe that everyone deserves to be free. Isn't that right? With all that being said, without further ado, Misty, what are we talking about?
Ooh, we've got a really good subject today. It's this is such a good subject and such a powerful one that it can change your life. All you have to do is think about it differently, right? And that's what we're here to do, is help you think about things differently, gain a little bit of insight here and there where you may have either overlooked information or not have learned it before. But you know what? I'm gonna let Tjibaria kind of introduces this one, because this is such a powerful one and she's so passionate about it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she keeps kicking my hiney on it with too all the time. So, I'm gonna let you introduce this one, Tjibaria. Thank you so much for being here with us again. This is so powerful and amazing. We're so honored you're here with us.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for tuning in everywhere. Like Josie said before, hello TikTok, hello YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, LinkedIn as well. Hello guys, super nice to have you with us. And also, as you guys know, only 6 days to go until the masterclass on sales. And that's actually why we're doing this live episode also about sales. And Misty just hit us with such a powerful quote. I want everyone to write this down. She said it takes the same amount of effort to take action as it does to not take action. Because we were thinking about this whole sales phenomenon. How is it that so many people are struggling to get sales or to make more money, like we spoke about yesterday in my particular podcast as well? And why are there other people that just seem to get success after success with proven and tested methods? Well, one of the big differences between the two is those people that get success are the ones that take action. And we were just talking about this because every single day leading up to a very special free masterclass happening on Monday, the 2nd of December, we are doing a video about sales, about different tips that you can directly take away from these videos, but also it puts you in a position to really go out there and absolutely crush it. But before I'm going to tell this one thing, which again, I was so inspired by what Misty said, is I want everybody to have the opportunity to join us on this masterclass. So I'm going to give you guys the link for it. It is basically project1millionin1year.com/hangout. And there's a very special link there that allows you to join in, register, be there free of charge, and it's going to absolutely change your life. I can say that with certainty because I know our trainings always do, and this is one that I've never ever ran before. So I'm really, really excited and just trying to figure out how I can send a comment on TikTok. Well, TikTok guys, the link is somewhere around my TikTok accounts, but if you want it, it is project1millionin1year.com/hangout. So the big thing is that it seems to be that so many people get in their own heads and they're thinking that sales is super difficult. They're thinking that it's going to take a huge amount of effort and it requires so much preparation, but it doesn't. Oh, there's an alarm. Give me 1 moment. I have to go. You guys take it over.
This is what you get when you go live. You never know what's going to happen. Lesson. You just carry on. You carry
Right.
on. But while Tjibaria is gone, I quickly wanted to expand a little bit on what we're actually talking about here. It takes the same amount of effort to not do something, not take action, as it does to take action, which when I first heard that, by the way, I was like, what do you mean? Like, obviously, it takes less effort to do nothing, right? Than to actually do something. But I think what people forget is, yes, maybe right now it feels easier to just do nothing and just put off that thing you need to do, putting it off. It feels easier at the time. But we all know, we've all been there, that later down the line, it comes back and bites us in the behind, right? And this is what we mean. Whether it's actually this task you didn't do is now coming back to bite you, or as a result of not taking that action when you know you should have, you're now in a position that you don't want to be in, that you shouldn't be in, if that makes sense. So for me, I think I've heard this so many times before it really clicked, and sometimes the only way it really clicks for you is by experiencing it, right? So once you see this, you can't unsee it. But this is why we're speaking about this right now. We don't want you guys to get to that point where it's like, damn it. Like, damn it. I should have. That is the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings to feel. I feel like I should have, I could have, I regret, basically. So this is what we're talking about. And Tjibaria is back with us. Glad that you're safe and the alarm is over. But I just wanted to further in that subject. This is what we're talking about. Don't have regrets. You can avoid that. But back to you, Tjibaria, what you were saying.
Yes, I'm so sorry. There was probably no actual, how do you call it? False alarm. Yeah, but I'm gonna receive a call just in just a minute to confirm that it's a false alarm. So, but so far she said not to worry. Anyways, yeah, like Josie was saying, because I was hearing a little bit in the background about it seems that it's easier not to do anything, but actually doing something is so easy as well. And we keep hearing that from so many students that are for the first time starting to implement the stuff that we tell them to do, which is very simple, guys. We teach very simple stuff. Number one, be visible, because if you have something that you want to realize, you have to go and be with the people. Watch the video from yesterday where I explained it a little bit more. And number two, start having the conversations with people. But it's so easy to think that you have to prepare everything and you have to be a lot better. You need to get more qualifications, more, I don't know, more of other stuff that actually is not necessary. You just need to be with people. You need to have that conversation. So with today's video, and why I was so inspired by what Misty said, it takes the same amount of effort to take the action or not to take the action, is just to move your butt and start speaking to people. Actually start doing it. And what is the funny part, and especially again for those of you that are coming to the sales masterclass and that want to better your skills of communication and get more results so that you can better look after yourself and your family, is that you have to make sure, whoa, I started hearing sounds all of a sudden, that you make sure to just do that, to just speak to people, and you'll realize that it's actually a lot more fun. And then comes these things, and I want to ask you guys what you guys think about it. But I'm an introvert. I don't like speaking to people. Well, my answer to that is going to be a little bit blunt today, which is, okay, maybe you don't like speaking to people, but surely you don't like to be broke either. So which one are you going to choose? I don't like to speak to people, so I'm going to choose to be broke, or I'm going to do something that I may not very much like to solve something that I actually like less. That's it for me. I don't know about you, Misty.
I love this. Misty, go ahead first, but I love this.
I want to bring up the fact that a lot of times people are thinking that it's business is difficult and taking action can be difficult. It's your overthinking. You're overthinking. Quit doing that. Get out of your way. I am an overthinker. I'm guilty of that. And it is not always a good thing. Huh?
No, I think we all are to some degree. We always overthink stupid stuff.
But that's what we do. I mean, we have students who overthink so much. They're like, this isn't working for me. I can't get anything coming in. And that's all it is you're overthinking. You're putting way too much pressure on yourself and on business and on sales. And that's where you're failing. It's not necessarily a fail, because failure doesn't exist. You're learning something that you need to recognize, take stock in, and work on changing
Yeah.
to get to success, right?
Mhm.
Because we overthink so much, we stop ourselves and get in the way. So when we're talking about taking action is the same amount of energy and effort as not taking action, how much action did it take you to think about it?
Mhm.
Now, how much action would it take you to change that thinking into this is what I'm going to do as opposed to this is too hard for me?
Mhm.
Or how much action is this is easy as opposed to this is too hard, right?
Yeah.
It's just getting up and doing it. And that in a lot of ways, I'm a procrastinator too. I'm really good at it. In fact, I'm working on a program to
Mhm.
sell on how to be a procrastinator. So it's going really well. So I'm doing really good at it. So it's out there for sale, you know. Anyway, it takes just as much effort. So if you're going to sit there and watch TV and use your finger to click on the remote to change the channel, guess what? Instead of looking at the TV, look at your computer, use your same finger, click on that mouse,
Yeah.
move things around. It's the same effort.
Mhm.
The only difference is that watching TV is not going to get you paid.
Yeah.
It's not going to get you to your freedom that you're looking for. Using your laptop
Watching the
or
hangout,
your
however.
yeah, watching the hangout. Well, watching the hangout is to be interactive. So
Yeah.
we're not just here to be like talking and preaching at you. We
Mhm.
want it to be interactive. We want you involved. You're
Yeah.
important. What you want to know, how you think about things, your suggestions, your topics, you guys want to talk about. It's very important. So it should be interactive.
Yeah, and I just, on a note of that, want to give a few shout outs because the software is not picking up all of the comments from everywhere. But I want to say hi to Natalie. So nice to have you with us. Hello, Daniel. Daniel, I need to book a call with you because I've got something really exciting to share with you. So look, good to have you
I
with
love
us.
it when she does that.
Sorry, say it again.
I love it when you do that when we're on
Yes,
your live
no,
or something you call
so
people out and
true.
I need to talk to you. That makes people feel so amazing. I love
It's
that.
it's just like an opportunity. Hey, I need to speak
Yeah.
to you. And we got Esther as well tuning in from Budapest. Very nice. And on Instagram, Vlad, thank you so much for tuning in. I just realized I went live on the wrong. Well, it's never wrong, but on a completely different channel. So it's not our usual channel. So yeah, it's a Freedom Lifestyle Entrepreneurs. It's our channel, but it's a totally different one. That's why it doesn't show in the same way as usual. But yeah, that's it. Just a few shout outs.
That's good because if we're on the wrong one, even though it's not wrong, it just means there's somebody that's on that channel that needs to know what we have to say. So
Exactly.
we're
Exactly.
doing exactly what we need to be doing.
And with that being said as well, if you're just tuning in, then make sure to click on the link, project1millionin1year.com/hangout, and you are able to join a masterclass completely, fully on sales on Monday, the 2nd of December. It will be a 2 to 3 hour masterclass. It will be completely free of charge. And I'm actually making the masterclass right now because I've never shared this information apart from what we do in our program with our students, but I'm going to present it in a completely different way because I think it's one of the biggest problems that people face, that they're just overthinking, just exactly what you were saying, Misty, that people are in their heads and they're not moving forward, and they shouldn't be because it's the same as with everything, right? I have this sometimes as well when I like with, for instance, yoga. I love doing yoga, and I've been so consistent with it. In 2021 and 2022, I was so good with it, and then I just stopped doing it, and I started doing other things, and it's kept moving, obviously, and there was some trouble with my back. But then I kept thinking about it. It's in my head, so it feels. This is the weird thing. It feels like it's occupying space. I'm doing something with it. I'm marinating it, but I'm not actually doing it. So when I started doing yoga again this week, I just felt that every move is like, oh, everything is burning, and I'm not the same as I used to be. But now that I've done 3 times again, 3 days, I'm getting my strength back, and I'm able to do certain things again, and it starts to feel nice again. So it's so easy to think that you're doing something with because you're thinking about it, but it's not getting you ahead. So just pick up a yoga mat and start doing yoga, or pick up the phone and start calling people, or pick up the phone and go live like we are doing, or start speaking to people. Like, really, it's that easy. And people have so many problems these days, and you can solve one of those problems, and that makes you money. So we want to anti-complicate the system, or anti-complicate it. It's just making sure that you have a system, a procedure, a process that you can do, and you can do it repeatedly. Like, if you want to know how we run a multi-million-dollar business, is we're just doing the same thing over and over again. Like, it's the same thing, and obviously we renew it, we make it more fancy, and we add some more cool stuff to it. But in essence, it's the same process, and it's the same process that we tell everybody else to do. So it's not rocket science. People really need to start moving themselves and moving their bottoms and move forwards. And Josie, like, maybe, oh yeah, Misty, you go. I
Well,
have
no, there's a quote that you always say that I think would fit really perfect right there.
yeah.
And it's, I don't remember who it's from, but you always say, if you're working hard anyway,
Yeah.
you might as well go ahead and get rich doing it.
T. Harv Eker, very strong one. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that would be a really, really good one to put in there.
Point. It's actually very on point also with the title, because it's the same amount of effort to not do something than it is to do something. Or at least on the long run, it will definitely, but will probably be a lot more effort not to do the work than actually to just do it and get results and therefore better your life. But it's the same thing. Like, you're working hard anyways, but most of the time spent of that hard work is actually stuff that doesn't produce you income, or stuff that isn't producing you results. So it's kind of crazy. But I wanted to ask you a quick question, because Josie, you came into this space like fresh out of college, or fresh in of college. You were in your first year, I believe, when you started with the whole sales stuff. And I know that that's obviously like brand new, fresh leaf. I don't know if I can call you a fresh leaf.
You can call me anything you like.
But I think that's a really cool thing, and we notice it obviously in our students. We keep attracting also a lot more young people as well, but actually it's not really a trend. We also have a lot of people from all different ages. But what would you say from your perspective as a Gen Z and a youngster, which sometimes people think, oh, when you're too young, you're not able to do it. But you're being thrown into it at a very young age, and now you kind of don't know any better, kind of. What would you say to that? Because I think that might help a lot of people too, who feel like, oh, it's so complicated, but it's actually not.
Yeah. Yeah, great question. And I love this. And it's funny because I was actually thinking about this the other day. Like, I'm 22 now. I'm 23 in January. And like, this is all I know. Like, this is all I know. And how lucky am I to have grown up the past 3 years, like being in this. So yeah. So quick shout out to you, Tjibaria, and the whole FLC team. Yeah, I feel like I've kind of grown up a little bit in FLC and in all of this. So
I
yeah,
think we all have, haven't we, Misty?
exactly. But I would say it yes, the feelings of, oh my God, it's overwhelming, it's too difficult, I'm too young to do this. I used to think all of that. I'm too young, I'm a girl, I'm still in uni, like I haven't done any of these cool things yet. But what's really important to realize, and I want you guys to hear me, is, how do I say this? You won't get the effort, you won't get to a point where you feel ready until you start. What I'm trying to say is, you're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel old enough, wise enough,
Yeah,
like never enough.
good point.
I have
Because
to learn enough.
yeah, I have to know it
before
all.
that really- Yeah.
How do you think all the people you look up to, and this took me way too long to realize, so I want you guys to realize this if you haven't, all the people you look up to right now that, oh, they know enough, oh, of course they can do it, they're good, they started maybe where you are. They started with all those same feelings. So
Yeah.
I want you guys to know that these successful people, these people that keep getting success, started with the same feelings. They weren't born with all the knowledge. What? So I think that's really important to realize as well. And something else I wanted to say that I think is good for that question. And you asked before, like, what about the people that they're an introvert, they don't like posting, they don't like speaking to people.
Yeah.
People don't like what they don't know. Like I've given this example before. I don't know how to play football, and I do not like playing football. But I think if I knew how to play football, I would like it. Like I know how to play netball. I played netball for years. I love playing netball. But I think if I was bad at netball, I wouldn't like playing netball. Do you know what I mean? How many times have I said netball? I don't know. But my point is,
We'll put a counter up, so every time you
yeah,
say it, I'll
someone put a counter on that. But I really like that message, that question, Tjibaria, because it's something that I really am passionate about. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to be the best to start. You just have to start. Um, and as well, what I think is really fitting with this event we're doing in 6 days, get your ticket, be there, I promise. I promise. By the way, when Tjibaria was saying like I kind of started fresh into uni, like I was just turned 20. I went to an event like this, or a webinar like this, and that's where I got started, and that's when everything changed. So be there, but you don't like what you don't understand, what you don't know. So if right now you're like, I want to do this, whether it's being a content creator, a business owner, whatever it is, but you don't quite know how to get there, join the training. It will take the action to join the training. It'll unlock something in you. It'll open another door. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh no, you go.
I just want to bring up another quote that Josie says all the time. Why are people so willing to work 40 years in a job to make somebody else's dreams come true and not willing to put in the time and the effort and the patience to make their own come true?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
heard that somewhere, but yeah.
It's actually very similar to the quote by Steve Jobs where he says people think it's too long to work
Yeah, I
in
think
a business for 1 to 2 years, but they feel it's totally okay to stay broke in a job for 40 years. And by the way, nothing against jobs. Like jobs are good too. I don't think many people actually know that what is it? 75% of millionaires are in a job. Just FYI, in case you're wondering. But you got to know how to increase your income, and you got to know how to basically do it in a way where there's no limits to your growth, because that's a big problem in a lot of jobs, is that there's a ceiling and there's only until then where you can go. And you're not going to have that. You don't want to have something that is limited or capped. But totally out of what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that I don't believe in introvert versus extrovert thing. I mean, I believe that it exists, but I think we are all having traits of introvertism or extrovertism. And it's, yeah, basically my point is stop putting yourself in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. Like, you're limitless. Sometimes you may feel a bit more introverted because you're not that in the mood to speak, and sometimes you feel more extroverted because you're more excited to speak, or around different people you feel a slightly different way. But stop using stuff as an excuse for you to get yourself away from a place where you don't want to be and towards a place where you do want to be. Like, you do have to put in some work. I think that's also very wrong with this generation. No, I was just trying to be funny. That was not that funny. I didn't actually mean that. But what is a little bit wrong with a lot of us being so used to getting things so quickly with all that is available is that we forget what it's like to actually put in hard work and effort and be patient until something actually comes from it. And the truth of the matter, and Grant Cardone says this all the time, is that if you just don't quit, you're going to get success inevitably. But it's just us choosing to take ourselves out of the game. Like, it's our choice. So if you're not getting the success, it's your choice. And if you want success, also that is a choice. So what you guys choose, in the chat box, comment below you're choosing success, because we sure are, and we are choosing, well, we are not choosing success for our students, but we're choosing to help our students that have chosen success to get success. And we're also doing it for the world with this masterclass on Monday. And I'm so super excited for it. It's going to change so many people's lives. And It's been a little while since I run a masterclass. I don't know if I can contain myself in 2 to 3 hours. So it's gonna be like, whoa, but it's gonna be really good, really, really good.
It's
I just
gonna
want to
be
let you know I only have 5 more minutes, and then I have to
Mhm.
move away for a very exciting call with a new student. I'm really, really excited for it. But
Yeah.
final round. What is your biggest realization in the world of sales? And I'll tell you mine first. I don't know if this is the biggest one actually, but it's definitely a big one, and I think it's a good one to share with the crowd, which is if you start learning what sales really is and how to really effectively communicate and empower people, every single time you pick up your phone, you can make money. And that's a lot of freedom to know that. That's mine. Misty.
I think for me, it is knowing how easy it is, um, and how amazing it feels when you get that success, like
Mm,
that first breakthrough and that first success, that first close of a sale of a deal, how
mhm.
amazing that feels. And then to know you can rinse and repeat that all the time is just, and it's easy.
Yeah.
That I think is easy, is one of the biggest for me.
Nice.
Josie.
Oh gosh, choose success, like Tjibaria was saying, and choose it every day. It's a choice you have to make every day, maybe multiple times a day. Um, and reframe your mindset. This is something that I forgot to say in answer to your question. But yeah, I like reframe from, oh my God, I know nothing. All these people are better than me. Like they're judging me. Reframe that to how cool is it that I'm surrounded by these people? Like, how cool is it I get to
Yeah.
fail and fail and learn and get
Yeah.
better? How cool is it that I'm learning a new skill that's going to set me up for life? Because that is what learning sales will do. So reframe that mindset to this is so exciting instead of, oh my God, this is so scary. I don't want to do it. Reframe
Yeah.
your
Oh my
mindset.
goodness, you absolutely nailed it. I want to say one more thing with that respect too. Exactly what you said about people. Because as they say, tell me the 5 people that you spend your most time with, and I'll tell you your future. Or your network equals your net worth, or your 5 equals your tribe, or whatever these sentences are that are all very true. Is imagine that you were surrounded by a group of people that are all millionaires, and everybody's producing every single day, and it would be really, really weird not to produce if you are, around such a group of people. Then that would obviously stimulate and really, like you said, rewire your brain or rewire your mind as to what is possible. And I think a big problem as well that a lot of people face, and I know I said this was the last thing, but what you said fired me up, was that so many of us don't have people around us that are wildly successful. It's still like only the minority of this world that is living a freedom lifestyle. So that's just a very important thing to think about. Like imagine that there was no other option. That's the thing that we discussed today also on our team meeting, which is again another thing from the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. I highly recommend that book. Such a strong, awesome book, where he says like there is no other option. Arnold Schwarzenegger said the same thing. Don't have a plan B. Like success is the only option, and success can mean different things, but you being able to accomplish safety, freedom, and a form of controlling your destiny for yourself and your loved ones, that's so important. In the same way that back in the day we had to basically stay safe from saber-tooth tigers or whatever else was running around the earth. Like it's not like, oh, I'm not feeling like it today, and then wow, here comes a monster. Like, no, you're like, hey, I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna protect my children. I'm gonna make sure that we find safety, and that I'm gonna find those berries, or I'm gonna find the meals that I need to find. I'm gonna learn how to make fire and roast whatever I'm gonna roast. So it's like there's no other option. When your survival is on the line, you would probably switch that button like naturally to be able to say, hey, no, I'm going to make this happen. But in this life, or in this society, and all societies around the world almost, we have got so much convenience that we forget that innate skill that we have, where we are hunters or we are people that can provide safety and security and freedom for our tribe. And I think if you are able to tap into that and really realize like, hey, there's no other option. This is me doing it. And that's actually what you need. That's what so many successful people say as well. So also surround yourself with successful people, surround yourself with the hangout. So that you don't have like, oh, a plan B, or if this doesn't work, let me just see if it works. No, it's not see if it works. If you say see if it works, it's not going to work for you. It's either like when you say that you can, or when you say that you can't, you are right. That's what Henry Ford says. And it really is that mindset that I think people need to start training, and that, no, not just even mindset, like the mentality. We've become very weak as a group of individuals in a way, and we should stop being weak. Just be strong. You're a strong person. You can do anything in the name of good. So go be strong again. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So with that being said, guys, Tjibaria's got to go, and we have more calls we're going to make because we are closers. We're the queens of closing, and we've got a lot of people to help reach their freedom lifestyle. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Be sure to comment. We want to hear from you guys. Remember, the Hangout is interactive, so let's play along and help you guys get to where you want to go with the knowledge you need today. So let's take that effort, take that action, instead of sitting there doing nothing and using up that energy and that effort for a waste of time. We'll see you guys next week. And if you guys like this, be sure to like, comment, share. Follow us all on everywhere, all social media. It's all around here somewhere. Be on the webinar. The link is right here. Be sure to be on that. We will see you guys there. And we're so excited to help you guys on the journey. Thank you guys.
Bye.
In FLC, in FLC, closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me in FLC.